1 to 2 years?
I think we're thinking probably closer to 2 years.
Well, we can speak with Behnam Ben Taleblu, Iran Program Senior Director at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. He joins me from Washington for more on this. Behnam, another assessment, another estimation. Estimation of how much those U.S. strikes have set back Iran's nuclear program. What's your thoughts?
Pleasure to be back with you. Listen, I think this in some way clarifies the picture and in some way further, unfortunately, balkanizes the picture, not because of the assessment, but because of really the social state of American politics, where based on the institution, based on the administration, one is more predisposed to project their views rather than to listen to different views. So we had one assessment a couple of weeks ago saying as little as 3 months setback. Now we have another one saying looks like about 2 years setback. My personal view is that it's much, much closer to the 2 years, but U.S. policy would be wise to act on it being something in between and signaling to the Iranians that there is a greater cost to rebuilding or reconstituting here.
And what does this mean for the prospect of negotiations then with Iran and the U.S.?
Well, certainly if negotiations are to resume, I think the real battle damage assessment will come from the entity on the ground, and that's the International Atomic Energy Agency. Just today, the Iranian president notified the rest of his cabinet and the government that the regime was going to be acting on this piece of legislation from the Parliament and Guardian Council, circumscribing and suspending the access of the IAEA. So certainly if the West, whether it's the E3 or America or any other UN body, is going to be interested in talking to Tehran, the number one thing they need to do post-strike is find a way to get the IAEA back to all of these sites.
Well, Iran has said all along that its nuclear ambitions are for peaceful civilian reasons. What do you see them doing now?
Well, certainly I think the regime is going to weaponize politically the uncertainty and the doubt and, again, the balkanized intelligence picture that exists in the West to generate concerns over continuing the maximum pressure sanctions, for example, or continuing strikes. I wouldn't be surprised if the government in Tehran in the next few months, in an attempt to deter snapback, which expires at the UN this October, I wouldn't be surprised if they claim that there's a new enrichment strike to try to raise up concerns and therefore dampen forthcoming American pressure.
Behnam, great to speak to you as always. Behnam Ben Taleblu there, Iran Program Senior Director at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Now, Republicans in the